Aye.
Thank you very much, and good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to my decision day. I'll go straight into the agenda. Emma can just confirm that we don't have any deputations today.
No deputations, no.
Right. And that takes us straight into item 1, which is the 21-22 revenue budget. Sue or Felicity, do you have anything to add to report? Your just quick introduction? No.
Do you want to know? No, it's a very basic budget paper that's with no significant changes for this financial year. Tidies up all the T21 transformation to 2021 reductions, and other than that, it's steady state.
Excellent. We had an excellent presentation on it at Anna's committee earlier today. So going straight to the recommendations, which are in section B, which is to approve the submission to Leader and Cabinet, the revenue budget 2021 and the summary revenue budget, and I'm happy to approve those recommendations.
Thank you.
Right, moving on to item 2, which is the grant funding to organisations. I know the recommendations are at 2 and 3, but I think the interesting part of that is in the appendices. So I do those separately. So appendix 1 is for 2021 grants.
Yes.
Anything to add on any of those? Anybody?
All I'll say is these are the natural progression of the library's T21 work. And in the course of that, where we closed some libraries as statutory library service, we opened up the opportunity for the community to take those on, and we said that we would provide grants of up to £10,000 for those organisations to facilitate that happening. And I'm very pleased to see that they have come forward, and all but one library will continue a life as an independent library within the community, and these grants are going to support that work.
Excellent. I understand we're expecting a couple more to come forward in the fullness of time.
Yeah. Councillor Reid's decision day has taken two other ones because of a conflict of interest for you, Councillor Heron.
Excellent. And Councillor Glenn is here should he feel need to speak on Odin, but do you want to say anything, Jonathan? You're on mute.
Yes, I've just put my hand up just to say I'd like to thank all the officers involved. I'd like to thank you for the decision you're about to make, and I'm delighted that the Odham Library has now got some future as we work on it locally.
Thank you very much. And Anna, please do feel free to pop your hat if there's anything you want to say on any of my items at any time, please.
Absolutely. Well, I'm here. I've had a problem getting through because there's something wrong with my IT, and I can't get the papers, but never mind. I'll try and make sense of it. Thank you.
Right, well, there are 4 on here, and that's the first bit of the recommendation. I'm happy to approve that. And then we come to the grant funding for Cultural Community Organisation 21-22. So that's the coming financial year, which is, again, 4 of. Felicity, anyone wants to add on any of those?
All I'd say on these ones is that, so this is Alamine and Energise Me, am I correct in where you're looking, and the Spring and Wecock?
That's correct.
Yes. Just perhaps to pull out those separately. So Alamine and Wecock are in very, very deprived communities. We have a long-standing relationship in terms of small amounts of grant to support their essential work each year, and that's what this is continuing. Energise Me was a spin-off from the County Council a number of years ago into the charitable sector. It's doing very well, and this amount of funding this year of 87,000 is a reflection of an ongoing and agreed reduction as a part of the County Council's overall budget reductions over the last few years. And the Spring, that's again a grant that we have made for a number of years, and this is the end payment of, and again, an agreed and phased reduction to that organisation from the CCBS grants funding.
Excellent. And then the last one is Wecock, which
Sorry, Wecock, in the same bracket as Alamine, one of the two very, very deprived communities where we support their community organisations that are very active in supporting those communities on a wide variety of issues.
I'm happy to approve those. So that's recommendation that 2 and 3 are agreed.
Yep.
All right. Which brings me on to our rights of way enforcement policy. Joe, do you want to say anything about this one? It's in your name.
Sorry, yes. No, it's fine. That's it. I'm just trying to find the unmute button. Yes, I'm happy just to introduce it. Maybe that would help. Before you use the consideration for an adoption of an enforcement policy for public rights of way. As you know, Hampshire County Council has statutory duties to assert and protect the rights of way for their use and enjoyment. And unfortunately, this can be disrupted through obstruction, or if they're used illegally, or sometimes through intimidation. And we monitor those cases through a system, an online system, where we have problems reported to us. And you can see here that we are experiencing a bit of an uplift in those reports, partly due probably to the fact that the Rights of Way network is incredibly busy through COVID. All of those that I mentioned are offences under the Highways Act and require us as a Highways Authority to take some action. And whilst we mainly try to resolve any issues through negotiation with landowners and others, there are times when more formal action is needed, and we have had to take formal action. But the purpose of this enforcement policy is to set out how we take that action and make sure that we do that in a transparent manner. So this will be made publicly available, so people are aware of our roles and responsibilities in enforcing that action against offences. And it has been consulted on by our Hampshire Countryside Access Forum, who is an independent statutory organisation that provide us with some advice and guidance. And we've done a response, so you can see how they've consulted, and also other key stakeholders as well have had a say. And finally, I'd just like to thank the legal team in Hampshire County Council for all their support in helping us prepare this policy.
Joe, thank you very much. I had noted 14 and 15, and I'm pleased and aware of the extensive consultation we've done, particularly with HCAF, and in agreeing the recommendation. I think this is an excellent document. It gives us that framework that we need to make sure we have a consistent, fair approach across the network. So happy to agree recommendation at 3. And I think
Thank you.
that gets us to the end of today. So Emma, if we'd like to stop broadcast.